Ihuoma and Oluchi are from the same community but lead different lives. Ihuoma, married to Ike, a businessman, lives in luxury and affluence. They live in an exquisite mansion and drive expensive cars. However, their union is yet to be blessed with children, despite being together for a decade. Everyone believed the lack of children didn't diminish Ike's love for Ihuoma. He showered her with love and attention in public, showing how much he valued her, even in the absence of children. Contrastingly, Oluchi's circumstances are starkly opposite. Her husband, Emeka, is neglectful and abusive, squandering what little income he earns on alcohol. They have 5 children, none of whom are in school due to financial constraints. Their home is dilapidated, and they struggle daily to feed. Emeka's treatment of Oluchi is far from the care and respect Ike shows Ihuoma. Despite their different situations, Ihuoma and Oluchi share a connection through their community, participating in monthly village meetings. Ihuoma is respected and loved by all, often supporting the community's welfare initiatives. Oluchi, too, is a regular attendee, relying on the support provided to help her family. It's through these meetings that she and Ihuoma became acquainted, with Ihuoma as a major benefactor for those in need, including Oluchi's family. Interestingly, despite their vastly different lives, both women harbor envy for each other. Oluchi yearns for the financial stability and loving relationship that Ihuoma has, admiring the respect and care Ike shows his wife despite their childlessness. Oluchi longs for Ihuoma's seemingly perfect life. She wishes for a semblance of the affection and success that Ihuoma enjoys. Equally, Ihuoma harbored a deep sense of envy towards Oluchi for her large family, despite her own affluence. Seeing Oluchi with her children stirred a profound longing within Ihuoma, leading her to lament her childlessness to God. She couldn't help but admire Oluchi's large family. This envy clouded her judgment, preventing her from seeing the children's evident malnourishment. Similarly, Oluchi's obsession with Ihuoma's wealth made her overlook the sadness in Ihuoma's eyes. Both women longed for each other's lives, caught in a grass is greener scenario. One peculiar night, as they both retired for the night, they expressed a wish to swap their lives. Ihuoma yearned for Oluchi's family life, while Oluchi coveted Ihuoma's affluent life. That night, as they went to sleep with these wishes on their lips, something extraordinary happened. They awoke in each other's bodies. Oluchi woke up in the luxury of Ihuoma's world. She found herself in an opulent bedroom setting, dressed in silk nightwear. She was astounded by her reflection in the mirror, revealing Ihuoma's image, which led her to scream in disbelief. Her outcry prompted Ike, believing her to be Ihuoma, to hurriedly enter the room. Upon seeing her unharmed, his reaction was unexpectedly harsh. He berated her, calling her barren and a witch. This outburst was a revelation to Oluchi, contradicting the community's perception of them as a loving, content couple indifferent to their childlessness. Ike threatens her that no one must know what goes on in their home or she would be sorry. Ihuoma found herself in Oluchi's humble setting, clad in a wrapper tied around her chest. In this new reality, Ihuoma, now in Oluchi's body, was confronted with the starkness of Oluchi's life firsthand. Awakening in a foreign bed surrounded by sleeping children, her shock intensified on seeing Oluchi's reflection in the mirror. The situation escalated when Emeka forcefully had his way with her without her consent, leaving her in a state of shock and confusion. This harrowing experience underlines the gravity of her newfound situation, as she struggles with realizing that her wish has become her reality. This unexpected swap marked the beginning of a revealing journey for both. Oluchi, now in Ihuoma's life, was stunned by the harsh reality hidden behind closed doors, contrary to the outward appearance of their marriage. Meanwhile, Ihuoma, in Oluchi's body, was quickly overwhelmed by the responsibilities of motherhood in the absence of resources. Confronted with the immediate need for food and receiving a violent slap from Emeka when she requested money, she was at a loss. The eldest daughter then suggests they obtain food items on credit from Mama Ngozi as they usually do, yet the struggle to prepare a meal using charcoal was a novel and challenging experience for Ihuoma. With the children out of school due to unpaid fees, Ihuoma attempted to negotiate with the principal for their return. Due to her past failures to meet financial obligations, the principal eventually conceded, giving her a week to settle the outstanding fees. These scenarios highlighted the stark realities and challenges both women faced in their new circumstances, far removed from their previous lives. That evening, when Emeka came home and discovered no dinner had been prepared for him, he gave Ihuoma a serious beating. Afterwards, he left and did not return for several days. This harsh reality was a shock to Ihuoma, exposing the extent of suffering Oluchi endured in her marriage to Emeka. Meanwhile, Oluchi, now in Ihuoma's life and overwhelmed by fear, confined herself to Ihuoma's room until hunger compelled her to seek out the kitchen. The kitchen was empty, but she managed to find some food. As she was serving herself, a maid entered, who seeing her hissed and immediately left. Oluchi was taken aback by such behavior. After eating, Oluchi retreated to her room, spending the day isolated. Later, in the night, driven by hunger, she ventured again to the kitchen. On her way, she heard noises coming from a room downstairs. Curious, she approached and entered, only to find Ike in an intimate moment with the maid she had encountered earlier. Ike's furious reaction to her presence forced Oluchi to quickly leave the room. In light of this incident, she now understands the maid's earlier rudeness. Their lack of remorse on seeing also suggests that Ihuoma is aware of the affair and most likely feels powerless to stop it. Distraught, Oluchi misses her children, planning to visit her home the following day to check on their well-being. Several days passed before Oluchi managed to visit her own home. Meanwhile, Ihuoma was struggling with how to raise the school fees for the children. She considered asking assistance from Oluchi. After all, it's technically her money given the children were technically hers. However, she received an unexpected visitor, Oluchi herself. They both stare at each other speechless, as they realize they are facing their own lives from an outsider's perspective. Ihuoma then invited Oluchi to sit, and they discussed their respective ordeals. It was during this exchange that they both realized their desire to swap lives. Oluchi questioned Ihuoma on her reasons for staying with Ike, especially under the guise of false marital bliss that misled others into believing Ike was supportive despite their lack of children. She probed further about the affair with the maid, to which Ihuoma admitted her awareness but felt powerless to act. Ihuoma explained her reluctance to leave Ike stemmed from the fact that the business, and thereby the financial security, was primarily hers, leaving Ike with little without her. Hearing this, Oluchi suggested that Ihuoma consider divorcing Ike on the grounds of his infidelity, claiming she has enough evidence to support her case. She urged Ihuoma to pursue this path not just for her own emotional and mental well-being, allowing her the chance to rebuild her life on her own terms. Ihuoma also questioned Oluchi about her tolerance for a husband who inflicted pain and neglected the welfare of their family. Oluchi's response underscored her plight. Without financial support, she has no means of taking care of 5 children on her own. Their conversation then moved into planning for the future. Oluchi provided Ihuoma with groceries and funds for the children's schooling, gestures that underscore the depth of their newfound understanding and solidarity. Ihuoma reflected with the benefit of insight and acknowledged the challenges of life without financial security. The importance of financial means to support a family had become starkly clear to her. Oluchi, on her part, shared her past envy of Ihuoma's seemingly perfect life, now recognizing that wealth alone does not guarantee happiness. However, their discussion took a dark turn as they both agreed to kill their husbands by poisoning their food. But things went wrong when they were caught and forced to eat the food. They both cried from severe stomach aches until they both passed out. At that moment they both awoke from a shared dream and realized it was a dream. Encouraged by the dream and Oluchi's advice, Ihuoma asked for a divorce from Ike, armed with evidence of his unfaithfulness. The dream helped her to face societal judgment and prioritize her own well-being. Moreover, Ihuoma extended her support to Oluchi and her family, helping them move to a new home, establishing a business for Oluchi, and ensuring the children received an education. This act of generosity marked a new beginning for Oluchi, free from her previous hardships. Their journey together underscored a vital lesson: the grass is not always greener on the other side. The experiences behind closed doors often remain hidden, revealing that the essence of life encompasses more than mere appearances. In striving for a better future, one should seek improvement rather than envy others, recognizing the unique challenges each person faces. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed the story, hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with friends and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, remember that life is a journey of lessons, and sometimes the hardest choices lead to the most profound growth. Thank you and goodbye.